What's something that you're looking to accomplish in the next 12 months?
Oh man, I feel like there's already been so much this. I mean, we're only not even to March yet, and I feel like this year has already been. I mentioned that we're now a team of eight.
Yeah.
I went from 2 years ago. I was still a solo agent with an assistant. Last year there were three of us, and it was me and two new agents, and they did amazing. And then partway through the year, we brought on a few more, and anyway, then we got to this point where now I have a co-team lead. We are um going like gang, like it took off so quickly, I feel like, but it's because there's so much great energy. Like I've never been as excited as I am this year. And like I said, we're not even, and like we talked about a little earlier, like if you listen to the news every night, like as a real estate agent probably isn't somebody that's super excited right now, but those agents don't live in Central Ohio either. So,
Yeah.
um, but no, I just keep looking for us to grow as a team. It's been amazing the culture that we've had, and again, I mentioned I had a mentor. I wanted to be able to give that back. My co-team lead is Betsy Woken, and she actually started out at Keller Williams, and then she came over to Coldwell Banker and actually she started a team herself last year. And anyway, we got together, and she is amazing. She has a lot of the same mindset that I do,
Yeah.
as far as helping other agents and building other agents up and just keeping our culture in our team positive. Like we said that early on, the news is saying this.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in, if you're thinking a certain way, that's probably what's going to follow. So we could buy into the real estate market's going to be terrible, everything's crashing, and our business is probably not going to be very good. Or we could say, hey, it may not be as great as it was last year or the year before, but what can we do to make our business better? What can we do for our clients? Because that's a huge part of our team too. We are very, very, very client focused. It is
Yeah.
take them to, and that's one thing for this year too that I think we're super focused on is letting our clients know we want to be, not a great term to use for marketing, but basically a one-stop shop. Betsy and
Yeah.
I both do staging. She does it on a bigger level. She has an entire warehouse. I have a trailer full of staging items. She has an entire warehouse full of staging items. So, but basically, yes, we want people to know we come to your house. I just listed one this week, and beautiful house, but it was built in 2006. There haven't been a ton of things done to it since then. So, and clients usually have a number in mind that they want. And I said, okay, if we list it today as is, that number's going to be a little high. But this is what I think we could do. And that's where, again, I love my team because we enjoy going in there and saying, but we could do this. These few little things are going to make a huge difference in your house, and they're not going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um, so we're great at that. And then taking them through, we have high school football players that will help them move furniture, if it's just if they're getting ready for, to put the house on the market, even if it's just moving
Yeah.
them to the basement or to the garage, or we want to make it as stress-free as possible for our clients.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that I've never been one that worked for the check, even though there was a time that I really realized I needed to work for the check. But
Yeah.
I thought I'm not going to last very long. But if I work for my client, if I keep the client in mind the entire time, that's what's going to keep me in this long term. And it's funny because I sat in a class the other day, or in a meeting, and the speaker said exactly that. And I was like, I've been saying that for the last 8. But yeah, our goal for the team is to hey, we're still in that building stage.
Yeah.
Is our goal is to keep the excitement going for, where obviously we hit pitfalls, and but for our team to know that we're there to pick each other up, for our clients to never know that we need to be picked up and to grow more.
What's something you're looking to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Ah, I would like to say, I have grandkids, and I keep thinking I at some point I'm going to pull back from this a little bit and spend more time with them, because man, I know how quick it goes. I already did that with my kids. Um, but my goal is more, how can I figure out ways to still have that quality time with them, but continue building this. And it sounds crazy. I'm sure most people who start teams don't have that same mindset. I've always been kind of the person that jumps in, and I may have somewhat of a plan, but I will also pivot and adjust. So maybe I don't have a clear picture of where I would like it to be, except for bigger, serving more people. And I don't say bigger because of the money part.
Sure.
It's I truly love getting to know building those relationships with the people that I love. That I love to hear
Yeah.
about the people they're going to be getting married, and they want to purchase their first home. And I just had that. We did that 2 years ago. And then now they were selling that house and purchasing another home to be closer to their parents because they just had their first baby. And I love getting to be, and when I say a part of that, I mean, I'm not part of their family, but
Right,
in my
right,
mind,
right.
sometimes I feel like I am.
Depends on how
But
many homes you're showing, right?
yeah, but yeah, just as long as I'm still able to, and I have no doubt with the people that are on my team, as long as I can still give the level of service that I want to give, I want to keep this growing.
Yeah.
I want to, and I don't know how much time we have. I won't go on about this for long, but I swear it's amazing to me. I'm almost 56. How much I have learned since I've turned 50. My son he was not only the kid that was always the kid on the corner doing the Kool-Aid stand. He had realized at about 7 years old that he could employ the neighborhood kids to work the Kool-Aid stand, and he could pay
Yeah.
them $5 while he played and then make all that extra money. He's always been that mindset. And my daughter's a little that way too. They're very driven in what they do.
Yeah.
And I was just the mom, behind them. And it is funny to talk with them now and learn things. Like, I've learned so much about the real estate business from my son, even though he's not a realtor. Now he is an investor, but just like where their taxes are concerned, where, just, and I love it. I love
Yeah.
all the new things that I learn, and then being able to teach somebody else about that. And so my tax guy asked me, or my investment guy asked me, how long are you going to work? How long, and I said, I, I, I love what I do. So I'm probably going to do this until I physically cannot do it anymore. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
5 years.
you found what you're passionate about, right?
It is. It is. Now,
What's a legacy goal for you, Angie?
two things kind of that are connected. Again, when that year I was making $14,000 and wasn't sure how I was going to be able to support myself. I can remember then that following year when I had such a successful year. And all throughout that year, even though it was so scary the year before, my faith is super important to me. And I wanted to make sure that I was giving to something, like in church, they talk about tithing 10%.
Yeah.
And I hope the pastor of my church isn't watching this. I kind of break it up. Like, I want to know that maybe I'm not giving 10% to the church, but it's to
Sure.
something, whether it's to a needy family or to, and this is something a lot of people don't know about me because I don't talk about this. Because my other thing is you don't give to get the recognition. So
Yeah.
I always try to do that for the most part without anybody knowing. Um, so I would love for there to be money to continue on doing that. So anyway, what I was saying, that first year when I had success, even during times where, you know, you as a realtor, you have a bunch going on, and then you get to that phase where you're like, oh my gosh, now well, I don't have anything going on. And I made myself continue to give. You know, I had decided a certain amount, even no matter what, for that year.
Yeah.
And so I've tried to continue that. So that would be one thing. But my biggest thing is, um, I want, when people say Angie Miller, and it, actually I always, I'm Angie Tanner-Miller because I was Angie Tanner for 25 years. And I thought if I say Angie Miller, nobody knows who I am. So Angie Tanner-Miller. But hopefully by the time I'm not here anymore, people will realize it doesn't have to be Angie Tanner-Miller. It's Angie Miller. I want people to like, when they hear my name, think of, she was somebody who cared about people. Man, you got me all kinds of emotional today. But yeah, I want to be, I hope that people already think that. But I hope I do enough, that when they think of my name, that's what they think of. And certainly I hope my kids do. But yeah, like in my community, you know, I mean, I've worked with a lot of families, and not just here in Marion, but you know, that's where the bulk has been, especially at the beginning. And it will always be. This is where I'm from. This is
Sure.
where I know the most people. But yeah, I hope they, and as an agent, I hope they think she was a great agent because she cared about her clients, you know, and that's why she built the business she did, because people could trust her. And man, I could go on and on. For agents that worked with me, or I hope they will think of me as somebody who's always there for them, like a huge support system for them, and somebody that really cared about how they were doing, both personally and professionally. But
Yeah.
I hope I am that person that my mentor was to me, you know. You better crop these tears out, I'm telling you. But yeah,
No, I
yeah.
mean,